give people an example of maybe why opening and having these open conversations are so important in today's culture.
Well, for one, I think that people need to understand that it is okay to agree to disagree.
Yep.
Because everybody's going to have different viewpoints. Everybody's going to have different beliefs. Everybody's going to have different values, a whole different perspective. And that's what makes us all individual. That's what makes us all human. That's what makes us, so that's going to happen. But I feel like we need to break the stigma of the fact that we can't disagree on something and still be friends. Nowadays, in today's society, everybody's so like sensitive and no one wants to talk about things because, oh, don't talk about that, you'll get canceled, or, oh, you can't talk. But I feel like we should be able to have a conversation and, I can get my viewpoint. Someone might not agree with what I'm saying. I have plenty of people that don't agree with what I talk about, but that's what comes with it. And I think the dialogue is what makes things so beautiful. Because for me, I love to hear from people that have a totally different mindset than me. When you get in a relationship, that's what makes the relationship stronger, when you get into an argument or a disagreement and y'all learn how to navigate that conflict.
I actually heard this from a clip. DeVale Ellis said this. He called it divine duality. And I never heard nobody call it that. I don't know where he got that from, but I thought that was dope because it really explains exactly pretty much what you described. Is I may feel a certain type of way about a certain situation. You may feel a certain type of way about a situation. Doesn't mean either one of us are wrong. It's just the way I feel about it, the way you feel about it. Either we can agree to disagree. And I think it's really more important, definitely in life, but also really when it comes to dating. I want to say it's a clip that you posted recently about the 50-50 thing, right? Like people going 50-50.
Yep.
If you want to go 50-50, then find somebody who's cool with going 50. I mean, I don't understand why that's so complicated. And if that's not your thing, that's okay. But you don't have to try to make this person do something that they don't feel comfortable doing. That's not how they
down somebody because they don't want to do it, or just you have different viewpoints,
and that's okay. Sometimes I think people don't want to walk away because I think too what happens is I think these conversations happen a little bit too late. You know what I mean? Like
I can see that.
Let's bring it back. We talked about people meeting online and then they link up and then they okay, we cool and they like the vibe and they may have had sex or now it's a fling or whatever. And then you're spending more time with this person, so you're forced to kind of get to know them. Then you start having these real conversations, and then you actually find out this ain't the person that I actually like. I don't really like you like that. You ain't as cool as I thought you was. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think number one, they have these conversations too late, but ultimately I love these type of topics and these type of conversations. Even if people don't agree with what we're saying, that's okay. We love to hear feedback, but it does open the conversation to at least give you a different mindset. Man, I know that was a lot to digest, but we're not done yet, man. My brother Jalin, man, got some questions and some things he want to throw y'all away.
Now in today's society, everybody is so against marriage. We got the red pill content, you got the feminist content, and everybody's kind of like at a divide. Marriage rates are at a very all-time low right now. So I wanted to ask you personally, how do you personally feel about marriage and in today's society, and do you want to get married? Why or why not?
I come from a two-parent household where my parents have actually been together for about 44 to 45 plus years, which is really unheard of these days. And honestly, it's a beautiful thing, but it's almost somewhat of a burden or a setback, I feel like, in today's society, because the norm, at least from my experience, have been people really have been brought up in split households, so it's kind of it feels like a setback, even though I know it's a beautiful thing. But to answer your question, man, yes, I absolutely still believe in marriage. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think I absolutely want to get married. My woman is waiting on me. God has her put aside right now. And mainly, that's one of the main reasons why I started this show. This show is self-healing, right? Being able to get these topics off of my chest in hopes that somebody listening, you know, and being able to even have these conversations like this, man, it's therapeutic for me, but it's the growth aspect. And I know I need to go through certain things before God's going to present her to me.
That's what's up, man. You know, and I definitely believe that your wife is looking for you. And
I hope so.
You know, the fact that your parents are, you know, they're still together, you know, you have that strong foundation. I think that's, for one, that's very important. You know, my parents have been married for 39 years. I think it just hit 39 years in June.
Beautiful.
And, you know, yeah, man. And just seeing that, you know, just seeing them, you know, they did struggle. They, you know, like every couple, but they're still together, still love each other. And, you know, me and my sister are, you know, the result of that. And we were able to, you know, see that. We were able to see what a functioning 2-person household looks like. So we know what to look for, you know. And I just think that's beautiful. I myself definitely want to get married also. But as of right now, you know, still single, still looking, you know, to be married one day. And, you know, that's definitely in my future. How has doing content shaped your life, your character, and your growth?
First of all, shout out to you, bro, because most people don't typically ask me questions. So I appreciate this, man. This is dope. But I feel like this has helped me understand my purpose, right? Being in this position to help other people, but at the same time, being a content creator, I don't want to steer nobody wrong. You know, I want to make sure that the information I'm talking about is genuine. So that's why a lot of times I talk about myself in stories, and I will tell embarrassing stories so people can hopefully relate and walk away a better person. They've learned something, even if it just, you know, sparks something in their mind and they say, all right, I never looked at it like that. You know what I mean? Like, so I really feel like it's purpose driven, and this is the start of it. You know, since I started this show, I've been able to accomplish, I feel like, a lot in a short period of time, as well as you, man. I know you in the same space, but ultimately I feel fulfilled when I do this content. I don't feel empty as I felt before. What about you? Like, has content creation, what has that done for you?
I mean, for one, it's taught me how to be very humble. It's taught me how to learn. You know, if something like, oh, why did this video get less views? Why did this one get more views? You have to like research. You got to do, you know, you got to grow. You got to learn. You can't just sit here and do the same thing all the time. It's like you got to evolve and adapt. And I think, and like you said, the purpose, though, that was the biggest part for me when I would finally get people come into my DMs and say, yo, that video you did the other day about, you know, learning how to deal with guilt, that helped me. That changed my life. I'm like, whoa. Changed your life, you know. And when I started to get more and more of those types of messages, even if it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, that's huge to me. I might not be speaking to, you know, hundreds of thousands, millions of people yet, but we all got to start somewhere. Like the content, just doing it brings me joy to do it.
I love that.
Going into this next question, this was going to kind of shift back a little bit into the dating side. Do you personally think that the dating pool options are more the fault of men or more the fault of women? Or do you think it's both?